A Bloomberg scoop. Goldman Sachs is setting up a trading desk to make markets in digital currencies, such as Bitcoin. That's according to people with knowledge of the strategy. Joining us more with details is Bloomberg's Dakin Campbell. So what have we learned?
Goldman is going forward, and they're going to set up a cryptocurrency trading desk. We had heard this a couple months ago, but it was very early in the process, and it was still sort of up in the air whether they were going to go forward with it or not. And so now we've learned that they are going forward. They're assembling a team. It's serious.
One of the hardest aspects in this space is technical implementation, because you actually have to hold the coins and you could lose them, or you could lose a key, or you could get hacked. Is that a big part of what's going in the planning here of how do you actually keep inventory of this stuff? It is.
It's security, it's custody, how you actually hold it and keep it on your balance sheet. I mean, it wouldn't surprise you to know that bank regulators haven't done a lot of thinking about where cryptocurrency fits on a bank balance sheet, how much capital you have to hold against it. So all of these things need to be worked out, and they're in the process of doing that.
And the volatility of this thing. I mean, we've been showing it in comparison to emerging market currencies in the multiple times.
It should be frontier markets at this point.
Well, it's an interesting thing to trade. What about options? This is the future as well.
Yes, it seems like it.
So Bitcoin today, trading at the low, barely budged. Is that important? Institutional versus retail here?
Barely budged in terms of price action today?
Yeah, well, no, just in terms of a reaction here. If you've got one of the biggest banks in the world, or well-known banks in the world, saying, fine, we're going to start trading this, wouldn't you expect to see some degree of optimism if this is about greater integration, perhaps with institutional clients rather than retail? And yet Bitcoin's like, zzz.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly see this as a signal of bigger banks getting into this and of some legitimization
yes.
of Bitcoin. One reason that you might not have seen the move is because of futures, right? Futures have been out for a couple weeks, and that is, that has brought some real legitimateness to this, and so maybe they got ahead of Goldman.
All right. Dakin Campbell, thank you so much for the scoop. And of course, this trading desk will be housed within the FIC business as well.